Do, 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 do. This is an introduction. Hey, I'm
Hello,
DJ,
I'm Steph.
and we're Weirdsterly.
Welcome.
And what do we have going on today?
First, I want to point out my really cool dragon, I wish, T-Rex shirt with a club, and it says T-Rex with his short arms. Now, if
Ooh,
only someone could teach me how to play golf, that would be great. I'm
that
very
could.
proud of the shirt. I really like it. Anyway, we're
My
doing.
friend Zach knows how to play golf.
Ooh,
Although when you go to mini golf with him, he pretends it's hockey and knocks your ball away from the hole.
okay.
Okay.
I'm really good at mini golf. We should play mini golf.
It could be fun.
Anyway, something shiny. Ooh. So we're doing weird monuments from around the world.
I like it.
So the first one we're going to talk about that we happen to find is in Granada. It is called the Molinier Underwater Sculpture Park. You may not have known the world needed one, but the very first underwater sculpture park was created by sculptor Jason DeCaris Taylor in 2006. The British sculptor used casts of real people to create and I'm going to try that again. Real people to create a cement world of people buried in the water off the coast of Grenada in the Caribbean. The most famous of the series features a collection of people holding hands in a circle. The strange sculpture park can be viewed by scuba divers or passengers on a glass bottom boat tour. I want to go. That looks so neat.
My brain is dark, and you're gonna learn this in this episode.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I kind of know.
I think they should x-ray them. Like, what
Why?
if there's really people in it? It reminds me of Cabin by the Lake.
They're casts of people. They didn't put a
Maybe.
real person.
Maybe.
Well, I mean,
Have you ever seen Cabin by the Lake
yes.
with the serial killer and he puts his victims underwater? I think I'm as twisted as I am because I thought that was gorgeous. Like, I thought it was the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen. And as I grow up, I was very little when that came out.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched it when I was very little. That's what it reminds me of. So I'm ooh, pretty. No, we're not a serial killer.
In that respect, did you know about, everyone says it's an urban legend, but it's actually true. In Groton, the Gold Star Bridge, when that was being built, somebody fell into one of the pillars. Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's still a plaque on one of the pillars for it.
Like they're still in there?
Mm-hmm. Well, they're remnants.
I mean, that's cool. I would think that's cool if that was like
It's cool now, decades later.
Yeah,
but maybe not in the moment.
But like in the moment, it's like, yeah, that's really sad.
Yeah, like I can't remember how long, but there's a plaque down there. Where we went to go to our lawyer's office when we were actually making this Weirdsterly thing be, official.
Mm-hmm.
Over by there, where you go under the bridge towards the other part of Groton.
Okay. Yep.
Over there.
Yep.
So, fun little town fact. But as far as I know, there's no real people in these statues. They're just cement figurines to make a sculpture park. They actually have certain things where for building coral reefs,
I saw that
they can rebuild those.
Would be so cool on this.
So I'm sure that there's to a degree something like that.
Can you add to art and call it art? Because like in the middle, if they'd made a coral wreath, it's like all the people are protecting it. Like Red Rover, do not send anyone over.
I mean, maybe
that would be so pretty. I'm going to toss out a content warning now. This is a weird episode. There is going to be talk of suicide and
various other triggers.
And if you have a fear of dolls or little things or big things.
So what we'll do is we'll give a trigger warning before each thing. And if you need to mute us for a little bit, We'll wave our hands when we're done.
Sure. So now it's gonna be my turn. This beautiful landscape is Suicide Forest.
So wait for us to go like this if you need to mute us.
It is in Oikahara. That's the name of the forest. It's in Japan. I said that terribly wrong. I'm sure.
Sounds right.
It's also called the Sea of Trees. It sits right along the edge of Mount Fuji, and it's roughly a 2-hour drive west of Tokyo. At the entrance of the forest is actually a sign that reminds visitors that life is a precious gift from their parents, and quietly think once more about your parents, siblings, or children. And it's in Japanese. It says, please don't suffer alone, and first reach out. Because for some reason, this location has been a hot spot for suicide. And there's been documentaries about it. The last one I saw was these people went through, and they went through with a guide, and they also got a woman who had experienced a paranormal something in the woods, and she says she could hear the voices in the woods calling out to her. And this could be like a lure or something, like, but some people say it's so off, it's so deep that like it's just solitude. But more than 100 people who were not from the area surrounding this park committed suicide there between 2013 and 2015, according to the local government report. And so there's talks about magnetic pulse and stuff. I think it's gorgeous. The whole forest is gorgeous.
Well, there's always that phrasing of, how death can be macabre and very draws you in just because of what it has with it. So I can see where the forest itself looks calming and peaceful to draw you in.
Right.
I mean, just looking at that one picture alone is enough.
Yeah. I mean, I want to go there. But also I don't.
Right.
It's kind of like you want to see the black dog of wherever, Connecticut, but not 3 times.
Right.
That's a cryptid thing. That's another show. But on the banner is 988, which is a helpline. It goes to the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, which is 1-800-273-TALK, TALK, which is 8255. 988 is just so much simpler, and they're pretty cool there. So if you need any sort of help, I don't want to romanticize suicide. That's one thing I never, ever want to do. It's something that is a struggle for many people. I've been there. So this is something important to me, that you have the resources available. I'll also add in the comments in the description, the rest of the lifelines I have, which is, there's the Trevor Project, that is for LGBTQ. There's the Trans Lifeline in the US and Canada. There's the Crisis Text Line, 741-741. And you can text somebody if that's better for you. So all these numbers will be in the description.
If by chance you don't remember all of those, you can always call 211. That's a nationwide number that will guide you to whatever resource you need in that area. So if you're calling from Idaho, you can tell them you're in Idaho and they will direct you to anything there. It's a nationwide thing. Right. If you can't remember or any of the other ones.
If you need help, reach out. Definitely.
Yes.
There is a full-length movie on this forest. It's called The Forest. It's on Netflix, and on YouTube is a full documentary. A geologist goes in to prevent suicide, and he comes across like a camper, and it's like, he said, like, this camper doesn't look like he's out here camping. Like, he had a tent, but like he went and talked to him, and he like tries to stop people from hurting themselves in any way. But I think more research should be done on this forest. It's alluring. It's haunting. It's amazing. So that's in Japan.
You can come back now.
You can come back. This is Steph's. Steph's is much happier than mine.
Well, I have the weird ones. So this one is called, if you couldn't understand, The Fork in Vevey, Switzerland. The monument, definitely being unique, is an 8-meter high fork, and it's adorned the waters of Lake Geneva, Switzerland, as though it had fallen from the sky since 2009. You can enjoy a walk along the, I'm going to mess this up, Paradonet,
I'm here for it.
okay, pier in the city of Vevey. It has been compared to the Little Mermaid of Copenhagen or Mannequin Pies of Brussels. The fork was originally supposed to be a temporary exhibit for the company of Nestle, which is located in the same village, but the city decided to keep it because of how popular it became. That would be one big mermaid.
Wow. You know how they have that like long seaweed? All I can think of is twirling that fork and pulling up like a whole bunch of seaweed.
That is one big dinglehopper. It's a Little Mermaid reference
Mm-hmm.
for those who actually get it.
What are these things? Aren't they neat? That's a pretty cool one.
I wonder how it stays. Like, I'm always baffled by even bridges and whatnot where, listen, stick with me to the end on how they're able to get the pillars to go all the way down, like into the water to stay. Like, I've seen some of the documentaries where they're able to like move the water around so that way they can. So it's just
punching them through. Did you know that the Vatican in that whole city is a town on pillars?
No.
Yeah, I think it's the Vatican. I just saw it and I don't know if it's real.
Don't quote us.
Don't quote us. I don't know if it's real. It seems illogical, but the whole town is held up by these pillars that have basically petrified underwater. And
well, I know what I'll be Googling later.
Right? We should have. Stay tuned. That's not this show. That is not this show, but that is a show coming up.
A random moment that we've talked about.
If you have any aversion to hell, our next one, you might want to, I don't know, do something with yourself. This is the gates to hell. It's the Darvaza gas crater. It is originally like it was a crater of natural gas, and to stop the gas from leaking out into the atmosphere, they actually lit it on fire. Problem being, it has never stopped burning, and this was back in 1971.
We didn't start the fire.
They did start the fire.
I didn't.
It is in Turkmenistan, and that is not to be confused with Turkestan, Turkey, or Turkmenali. Those are different places. I think when we first started talking about it, I said this was in Turkey. It's not. It's in Turkmenistan. So it collapsed, which was the problem, I guess, which is why they lit it on fire. Hundreds of natural gas fires and mud illuminate the floor and the rim of the crater. And yeah, it's been burning since 1971. How the crater formed, like in the first place to collapse, like is unknown. But geoengineers ignited the crater to prevent poisonous gases from spreading. And this is a landlocked country. It's in Central Asia. It's bordered by Kazakhstan, and to the northwest is Uzbekistan, and to the northeast is Afghanistan, kind of, and southeast is Iran. South and southwest would be the independent Turkic states. There's a population in this place of 7 million.
Well, dang.
I think it's funny. I was just thinking how I hated doing homework in school, and then we've chosen this for a job.
Yeah, but we're doing homework on what we're choosing to do.
right?
So we have say in it. And if like we don't want to do it, we don't have to do it. We could just do a different show that day.
I think this is cool. I would want to go.
It reminds me of those. Have you ever seen the trees that are on fire on the inside? Like the trunk stays on fire and it just always stays on fire.
I didn't know they always stayed on fire. I've seen that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like not in on TV, like on
Right.
YouTube.
There's none here in Connecticut.
Yeah,
so
but
if there were, we would go to it.
seriously,
would.
like I can imagine like I went to California and the redwoods out there
Oh
are
yeah,
if
those are
that ever happened to one of those trees, you could build a whole town around it and have a heat source. Like, I don't know. Those trees are massive. That alone to me would be an attraction. I would go again. I drove a car through one.
well, dang.
Like it was hollow. I didn't like
Well,
puncture it. But anyway.
you weren't like Thelma and Louising it. Just
Nope. That's mine.
All right. Well, so the next one, while isn't directly stated, it has some implications of loss of hope and suicide. So there's like a minor one because it's not outright. So
That's his arm
yeah, what you're seeing is him hanging
by his arm.
by his arm. It's called The Hanging Man. And the artist, David, I'm going to pronounce this so wrong because it's from the Czech Republic and there's a whole bunch of different dots on every letter. Chernuri. His first name's David. We're going to call him David. So
Call him David.
the controversial statue is actually a resemblance of Sigmund Freud. And the reason for that is because he was a symbol of intellectualism and different aspects of the brain and personalities. He knew what they were. And the reason for it being implied is it depends on how you look at the statue. It can either be someone who looked like he had it all together. He knew everything about himself and now he's lost in hopelessness. He doesn't know how to end anything. He doesn't know where to go. So he could be maybe looking to let go. Or there was the reversal that it could be someone who's holding on because they know that their troubles are going to end eventually and eventually could pull himself back up.
I see that one.
So
I'm pretty macabre, and I still see it's holding on. It's a statue.
Right.
It's kind of permanent, and it's holding on. It's not like falling. It's not, the fingers aren't letting go. Like, it's holding on.
He's also relatively relaxed.
Yeah.
Like, it's
hey,
not, well, it's not like he's flailing. That a statue could flail, but I mean, like, the legs aren't splayed like he's unsure and doesn't have enough balance. But it had to do with understanding that there's hope and there's loss and there's living and there's unaliving. So this artist in the Czech Republic is known as the defiant and controversial artist to make these kind of different representations of life and symbolism. So minor comeback.
All right. This is a big one. I don't know, I guess kind of. If you're afraid of dolls. This is in Mexico, and this is the Island of Dead Dolls. This is so cool. I want to go there so bad. So there's a multitude of dolls of various styles and colors that can be found throughout the island. Local legend surrounds the dolls, and the island's reclusive former owner, Don Julian Santana Barrera, making the island a popular destination for dark tourism. As you can tell, I am a big fan of dark tourism. It gets better. I'm sorry. It's just, these are the things that like came to mind when we thought of the show, and like stuff like this. Oh, it makes me so happy.
Going to be unicorns and puppies.
Yeah, no.
This was supposed to be odd monuments, odd sculptures and things you weren't expecting to see.
Yeah. So this was like in the mid 20th century. Barrera began to collect dolls and hang them around this small island. The island gained popularity in 1943, where Mexican director Emilio Fernandez used it as the location of the film Maria Candelaria. Brain. And so Barrera actually died in 2001, and his family opened the island to the public as a tourist attraction. Thank you. Thank you so much, because this is definitely on a bucket list of mine to go there. In addition to the hundreds of dolls, the grounds host 3 huts and a small museum with articles from local newspapers about both the island and the previous owner. And in the one room hut Barrera slept in, the first doll Barrera collected is displayed, as well as Augustina, his favorite doll. So that's that. And
Which one's the favorite? Is it the one in the dress?
yeah, I think so. I think that's what the description said. I don't know. We have to go and just use it as a tax write-off. I don't know.
Done.
So the story of this is, it's said, we don't know for sure, but it is said to either Barrera, the original owner, said to have come across the body of a girl floating in the canal or failed to save her from drowning. The next day, he found the doll drifting down the canal. Believing it belonged to the girl, he hung the doll from a tree in her memory as a talisman to ward off evil spirits. And it's sometimes claimed that he found a second doll in the canal the next day. It is speculated that after her death, the young girl's spirit haunted the island, and to appease her, Barrera began scouring the trash and trading produce from his garden in exchange for even more dolls. Evidence of the girl's existence has yet to be reported. In 2001, Barrera's nephew came to the island to help his uncle, and as they finished the canal, Barrera was then 80 years old, and he sang passionately, claiming the mermaids in the water were calling for him. The nephew left briefly, and upon his return, found Barrera lifeless, face down in the canal, in the same spot where the girl has said to have drowned.
Damn.
Yeah. So since the island became open to the public, there have been reports of the dolls moving their heads, their arms, opening their eyes. Visitors claim to have heard the dolls whispering to each other, and visitors occasionally place offerings around the dolls in exchange for miracles and blessings, and some change the dolls' clothes and maintain the island as a form of worship. So, way to make a freaking religion, dude.
Wow.
I absolutely love it. It reminds me of miracle trees, which is popular in many places, where people take strips of fabric and tie it on trees, and you'll see it's very pretty.
Never heard that one before.
That one's cool too. We have plenty of weird to go around.
Oh
so
my gosh.
yeah.
Yeah. You should see our list in our notes app of all the different ideas and different weird things that we want to do.
For real.
It's many a page.
And I promise you, this is the end of my trigger warnings. It gets much happier after this. Unless you're afraid of paper.
Or a few other things. So my turn. This is called The Tiger and the Turtle in Duisburg, Germany. So imagine a huge roller coaster, but for your feet. This monument is located in the city of Duisburg, Germany, and is exactly that. Even if it's difficult to walk upside down, its creators, sculptors Ulrich Geneth and Heike Mutter, let's go with Mutter, wanted to create an element that pays homage to the city's steel industry and introduce a decorative element into its landscape. The strange thing is its name. The authors claim that the roller coaster represents the speed of a tiger and the visitors represent the turtle. So from what I read, not just now, but earlier, that even though it looks like it's going upside down, you can still walk it. I'm looking like really hard at the picture.
I am too. I'm like,
It reminds me of that painting of the many staircases,
yeah, I love that.
and like no matter what, or even in the labyrinth, where no matter where you walk, you don't fall.
Yeah,
That's kind of cool. I
that's
want to
cool.
go. Tax write off.
I would go for sure.
I mean, I don't see anyone walking the upside down part.
I'm assuming it's like maybe sideways. Do you see keys anywhere?
Do I see keys anywhere? No,
Okay, it's just me. No, I'm kidding.
not particularly.
All right. Ben lost his keys.
Not in my peripheral.
That's pretty cool, though. I would take that walk. If we had stuff like that, wouldn't walking be so much more fun?
Oh my god, yes.
I think the best place we have to walk maybe Wilcox Park.
For
But
over
because
here.
it has for over here.
I mean, there's a cool place over by where I live. It's part of the reservation area.
Oh, that's cool.
That I'll take you sometime. It's under a bunch of the bridges and
Nice.
neat. So yeah,
All
that's
right.
about it for that one.
These are cool.
I'm gonna step away and check something out while you talk.
Look for keys at the same time. Okay. So these are muffler men. They are large molded fiberglass sculptures that are placed as advertising icons and roadside attractions for decorative purchases, predominantly in the United States, standing approximately 18 to 25 feet tall. The first figure was Paul Bunyan, which you can see in the middle. That character was designed to hold an axe, which it is. And derivatives of that figure were widely used to hold full-size car mufflers, tires, or other items promoting various roadside businesses. The International Fiberglass of Venice, California, constructed most muffler men. And while the fiberglass figures are no longer manufactured, many still exist throughout a number of states across the United States, with some also in Canada, and at least 4 remain on Route 66, including Chicken Boy and Gemini Giant, which is awesome. Gemini Giant, I think, is the one in green over here. This guy has like a hot dog. I don't know if that's Chicken Boy. But we actually have one very close to us, and it is in Norwich, Connecticut, and it's the Surplus Unlimited Plaza. He's standing there. He has a flag, I believe. And so I grew up with this one. I thought it was so cool. I just wanted to go with my mom to the store because
I remember
love
as a
this
kid
guy.
going to that.
Yeah.
And we all would stand at his feet because he's tall.
Yeah. I
And we're
mean,
not.
yeah. Oh, Ben found his keys.
Oh, well, I tried.
So yeah. That's my coolest one because we have one right here. Well, no, that's not true. I have another one that's right here too. It's not this one.
No, this one is my deal.
Give her a hand.
Can you imagine what this one's called?
Hand?
Hand of the Desert.
Yes. Is it made of
And-
sand?
Well, let's find out. It's in Atacama. Wait, hold on. Atacama, Chile. This gigantic monument located in Chile is particularly breathtaking. A giant hand emerging from the desert, conveniently located on the edge of the Pan American Highway. It's easily accessible to many travelers that stop to check it out. Located 75 kilometers south of the town, I will not be able to get that right. Antofagasta.
Checks out.
Sure. And 1,100 meters above sea level, this famous monument is the work of the Chilean sculptor Mario. Wow.
Mario.
I took Latin in high school, so this isn't helping me. Mario, who seeks to express emotions such as loneliness, vulnerability, and pain through his sculptures.
Look at that car.
That is massive.
That car is like a thumbnail.
I'm going to assume then that it's not made of sand because it would have fallen by now.
You don't know.
And well, I mean, with storms. How funny would it be if there was another hand built somewhere else and there was a storm and it came and high-fived it?
How cool would it be if that thing has arms underground and the other hand is like
Turns out that is part of the giants from your story, the story before. It all comes together.
or it's like the other side of like Easter Island. There's the heads, here's the hand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a foot, like, somewhere in Guam.
That's awesome.
Really, it's
They're
just
just
one
really big.
one big giant monument that's under the earth that's like sprawled out.
Yeah, just sleeping.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
Huh.
Nice.
Your turn.
All right. This is the paper house. It's fairly close. It's in Rockport, Massachusetts. It's built entirely of newspapers. Yep, heard that right. Guy named Ellis Stedman built this house in the 1920s, and I can only figure he built it because he was an engineer. So why not?
I mean, how does it not crumble?
It's varnished.
Oh,
So he
okay.
varnished over 100,000 newspapers to create furniture, walls, and even curtains. And one could argue that the house stands as a testament to recycling. Shout
true.
out to the Ocean Community Chamber of Commerce here, where they are having a trash and
That's
fashion
right.
event, and we are going
We're going to be there.
to be there and have
Trash.
trash. I mean, other than me, we're probably going to make a dress or a suit or something.
Yeah, we'll
I don't know.
come up with something.
I have a great idea for a hat. Oh, my Lanta. Anyway,
We can make a paper mache dress.
I'm game. So, or this is just simply a byproduct of what happens when an engineer's wheels just won't stop turning. Either way, it gets tons of visitors per year. This is a piano. Those are the curtains in the background that you can see. And this is just a side room with chairs and tables, and I think that's a lamp. I don't know. I'm offended that the glass is not made of newspaper.
Well, I mean, give him a break.
Yeah, I suppose.
He did the whole house. Just let him have his windows.
I will. Okay. You ready?
I am. I hope you guys are ready.
Ah!
This is called the Headington Shark in Oxford, England. You might not believe your eyes when you see this, but it's exactly what you think. It's a shark embedded in the roof of a house. Bill Hine had asked his sculptor friend, John Buckley, to create this work to protest against the use of nuclear power after the attacks in Japan and the Chernobyl accident.
I see that.
Yep, totally. The 1 + 1 is blue. The local authorities gave Hine a hard time at first as he did not have a permit for this installment, but in the end, the 8-meter, 200-kilo shark managed to stay in place and became a tourist attraction and monument against pollution and nuclear energy.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah,
I thank you for your service.
Because, the fins mean diversity and the gills are the power. And
Face down. No.
Wrong show.
Wrong show. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get his point, but I do like it.
I mean, I would have come up with something like it was, raining sharks.
Baby shark, doo 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 doo, baby shark, doo 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 doo.
I would have had a speaker and have it either play that or it's raining men just to scare people. I don't get the correlation.
Maybe because it hurt so many animals dropping the bomb, so drop the shark. Might as well because it's gonna die anyway. I don't know. I don't see how it directly impacts your brain to go there. If you painted it like a missile, maybe you just like sharks. I think you just like sharks.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with liking sharks.
Well, unless you're trying to convince a town that you want to put a shark through your roof. Is it completed on the other side? Do we know?
It doesn't say.
Oh.
And I didn't see any pictures. I want to know what that roof is holding. underneath
Right?
because
I almost got my house insurance canceled because they said there was plant growth on my roof, which really was just like
moss.
pollen
Yeah.
and moss, which I power washed off, and they were like, "Oh, okay. This guy has a shark."
Like, what kind of shingles is he using?
Hey, don't be shellfish.
I'm not being shellfish.
Maybe he just did it for the halibut.
Mm,
Yeah, I
well,
don't know. I like it. It's cool.
if you tuna in next week, maybe I'll get a picture of the inside of the house. See what I did there?
Oh man,
I need a nap.
I'm tired. This is right here, and Ninigrit Park, and this is the Trolls. Recycle artist. See, I'm all about recycling. Shout out Chamber again.
Yay.
Trash and fashion. Be there.
Wait, where is that at? The trash and fashion.
It's at the United.
Ah.
Aha.
Aha.
Don't do that to me.
I didn't know. I thought you knew.
I do know. I just had to think.
I want to
This
keep you on your
though
toes.
is his name is Eric Rock.
Hi, Eric.
And he is a troll in Ninigrit Park by recycle artist Thomas Dambo. This guy is world renowned. He's Danish. He's a recycle artist, which means he uses repurposed materials like wood, quahog, and conch shells, straw, rocks, other natural items, and his trolls have been built all over the world. We were really lucky to meet him. I met him. He's amazing. He's in 20 countries, 5 continents, including Denmark, China, Australia, and Maine, and Rhode Island. And so it's pretty special that we have our own pair of trolls right here in the Ocean State. There's 2, and one is it's pretty like I forget who's first. I think Eric's first. And so if you have kids that aren't up for a hike, or if you yourself are not up for a hike, you're going to see Eric, and it's amazing. And if that's all you see, that is completely fine because it's astounding once you're there, standing there. Thomas, his mission is to like put these trolls all over the world and kind of like spread the word to cut down on waste, which I can see through his art.
Yes.
He uses a lot of local volunteers. A lot of local volunteers helped with this. And when I met him, we were talking about the names. Rhode Island, especially Westerly, is like granite, known for granite. So rock. And Eric, Erik, is a Danish name. So he likes to bring himself along, but also pin it to the area it's from.
That's cool.
Yeah. So then we have Greta, which is a Danish name, and her last name's Granite.
Aw.
Yeah. And she's pretty cool. I love
See,
her.
like in the picture, it doesn't like it looks huge, but it doesn't look huge.
Oh, it's
if
huge.
you go there, you would probably only get up to like
you're like as big as his foot.
Right.
Like you can see his toes, his big toe. That's probably how tall you are. And then her, you would get up to her.
I would say just below the kneecap.
Yeah. So this is the second troll, Greta Granite. This is like probably half a mile in.
Right.
I have no idea how long, but I bet you it's like half a mile. She's pretty magnificent. She has numerous beach stones, quahog shells, which are part of the native flora and fauna of the area. It's what makes it uniquely Rhode Island, and I think it's pretty cool. So this is Greta, and yeah, if you're in this area at all, you should go check them out. It's pretty cool to have something really awesome right here.
Plus, it helps promote the walking and it helps promote nature and recycling. So it's a win-win, really, for everybody.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So This
Oh,
is you.
this is me. This is, I was like, wait, that looks like mine.
Well, you're right.
This is the largest collection of the world's smallest versions of the world's largest things. So it's a really big collection of really big things in really small versions of the really big things. So Erica Nelson is the artist, educator, and expert on roadside attractions. So I thought this was a really good end because we want to see them all. This is in Kansas, Lucas, Kansas, and she has like these sidecars pulled by her, little Jeep. There's like this is an attraction somewhere, corn field maze. The concept is she travels the country, she visits roadside attractions, and creates miniatures of the world's largest things she's encountered. Um, the collection includes miniature replicas of objects like the world's largest ball of twine, the world's largest rocking chair, the world's largest bottle of ketchup, and others. So here you can see like the world's largest mini golf mini. This is a mini version of the world's largest mini golf. And then next to it, Randy's Donuts, which is the world's largest, I don't know, fiberglass donut. So the collection is showcased in a customized van, which she uses as a traveling museum, and also in a roadside show expo in downtown Lucas, Kansas. And the collection aims to celebrate and share the stories behind these quirky roadside attractions and the tradition of building world's largest things. And she lectures at colleges. She consults with communities seeking to create their own world's largest attractions and curates a website. I had a problem with the website, but it's worldslargestthings.com. Good luck. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with her website. So yeah, it's the roadside Sideshow Expo is open daily from April through October for self tours. There's lots of literature there. Here you can see like the world's largest ball of twine. I believe this is a plate in Lucas, Kansas, like welcoming you to the town or something. It's like, I don't know, maybe the world's largest plate. Cow thing. Can't see anything else. But yeah, stuff like that. That's so cool. It would be cool if you had some sort of limited time, but you wanted to see it all.
Yeah.
To just book a trip to Kansas, and then go visit all these things all around the world and be like, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. So yeah, Erica Nelson would love to have you on the show.
That'd be cool.
This is like a PSA call to action. Like, please talk to us. Be my friend. Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Well, I'm trying to think if there's anything that we have local, like that we can go.
We have a muffler man.
We do have a muffler man.
We have trolls. I'm wondering, there used to be. Oh, well, speaking of attractions, we're about to have a Nutcracker Trail, which is from the Ocean Community Chamber of Commerce. Amazing group of people who do nothing but make this town better. So for the holidays, businesses are able to, don't quote me, I don't know when registration ends, buy a nutcracker. And these nutcrackers are like tall, like 8 to 10 feet tall. And I think it's something like $1,000 if you want an artist to create it for you, or you could just buy it for cheaper than that if you're going to do it yourself. I don't know if I would take it on, because I mean, you might as well pay the artist. You're going to buy all your own supplies, and it's going to be way more than just paying the artist. So then these are going to be strewn throughout in a Nutcracker Trail for people to be able to walk, like the holiday stroll, stuff like that, or outside your business, for people to visit and photo ops and stuff like that. And then it's yours. Then you have to figure it out.
That's cool. I know in Connecticut, last year they started, it's the I think it's called the Christmas Movie Trail, where
I saw that I
I
don't
want
know
to say
why.
like some of the Hallmark movies that are filmed in Rhode Island and Connecticut, there is a route that you can take to check out each location where those movies were filmed in. And fun fact, I'm in 3 of those.
Ooh.
I was in at least, I want to say 3 of the Christmas movies that they have on that trail.
Aren't you just a little elf?
Mhm.
We also have the Bowie Christmas tree in Stonington.
Oh, that's right.
Lobster
The
trap
lobster
tree.
tree. Yeah.
Yep, sorry.
It's
Um,
aquatic.
And we have, I mean, I guess it's an event. The duck race is kind of like a
Yeah.
cool big event.
On the highway on 95, I want to say it's in Massachusetts. There's the big bug.
Yeah,
There's that guy.
that's true.
What else is there?
And on your way to Hopkinton, there's a weird Uncle Sam on a pave loader or a ladder truck. Scares me every time. Um, those are cool, like the hubcap monsters and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Well, have you seen we could have added it to this one, but Cadillac Ranch, where it's
yes,
all
I
the cars.
almost used that, but I was like,
We were trying
But
to
then
do
there's
stuff,
the island of dead dolls.
right, but we were also trying to do not just USA. We wanted to do world
Yeah, I wanted to
things.
just
Maybe another time we'll do US things, but for now it was stuff that you can't exactly just walk to.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, I like it.
right.
I'm gonna go to all of them. This like really sparks my wanderlust, and I almost hate it a little bit because I almost love it too much. I just want to go.
Yeah. Well, we could always take a vacation.
We really need sponsors so we can do stuff like that. Like
That would be interesting to take. First, do like a road trip around our area. I say our area as in like the US to the different places that, well, you know what I mean.
you know,
And then,
this continent.
but then like go to other places that are not us.
And I need a sponsor because I need a passport. Thank you.
I have a passport. Well, I've traveled.
That's fancy.
I mean, look who you're talking to. There's really not that much fancy.
Yeah. I would love to do this like on location. That would be so cool.
Can you imagine that, like, chiming in at the world's biggest frying pan? Look.
You throw eggs at it? Is it in a desert? Could you
I
cook an
have
egg?
no idea. I'm just.
If you okay, so this is a good closer. If you could be the owner of the world's largest blank, what would it be?
Oh, goodness gracious.
Great balls of fire.
I don't know. World's largest. I don't know.
Okay, so I've always wanted a cherry that's as big as a watermelon so I can just like take a whole bite of it. Like that is like a pipe dream of mine. Like I don't care if it's GMO. I just want a big ass cherry and I just want to take a whole bite of it and I would eat the whole thing. I would not share. That would be my cherry. I don't care who you are. Like I always talk about it. Every time I eat cherries, I'm like, I really wish they were as big as watermelons.
I mean, I'm sure you can scientifically.
I mean, I don't
one.
instantly want like cancer.
Well, you know how you can make one with paper mache.
You can't bite paper. I mean,
well, you can.
I want it to be good.
Well, flavor it.
Also, a really big loaf of bread that I can just take a nap in. Have you ever just put bread on your face?
You know, I could see that. It is kind of fluffy.
It is. If I'm in a really bad mood, I will totally take a piece of potato bread and it makes me laugh every time. Like I could be so mad at Jen or whatever, and I'll just be like, and I crack up laughing.
You should do the other side and be a Gordon Ramsay and make yourself an idiot sandwich. I think that'd be funny.
This is neurodivergence at its best.
Yay.
Yeah, I do weird stuff. That's why we own Weirdsterly.
The amount of text messages I get that are, so guess what?
So what happened was.
Yeah. Well, I'm notorious for sending messages to friends and be like, so I did a thing.
Oh, God.
Or I just don't tell them. So like when I bought my house, No one knew. Technically, I didn't even know either that I bought a house. And I told,
I hate that when I'm like sleep purchasing houses.
yeah, it's a hard, instant buy. But anyway, so yeah, I didn't tell anyone except for my realtor,
Mhm.
who was my dad. And
He's made it on
Yep.
another show.
I was mentally thinking that, but this is going into the topic. But I remember texting a few of my friends and I was like, hey, guess what? What? And they had no idea what I was going to say because there's been times I was like, hey, guess where I'm at? I'm on the other side of the country right now. I was like, I bought a house. What?
I'm at a concert because I got tickets today.
That happened.
Yep.
To me.
Yep.
That was really funny. Hey, guess where I'm at? Where? New Jersey. Why? Well, it started last night.
One thing led to another.
But I love the dramatics of it.
Yeah.
It's so fun. Especially when they're like, well, where are you? Well, here's the thing. Or just
Not allowed to tell you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you tomorrow.
Just check in on my cat. That's all I'm asking. You don't need to know where I am. I just need to know Nyron is fed. So,
Word.
well, we're definitely coming to a close.
Mm-hmm.
If you know of any weird monuments that we didn't talk about, you can always message us through Facebook or Instagram or our email, weirdsterly@gmail.com. You can find us anywhere with just Weirdsterly. We want to hear where you guys go and what you've seen. Tell us.
Also,
because we told you.
go to our store.
Oh, yeah, store. Wait, what's that? Weirdsterly.
Yeah.
Yay.
We have merch.
Woot. We even have flamethrowers. We don't. I wish.
I was like, do we?
No. That was a Spaceballs reference.
We're going to make flamethrowers. It'll be fine.
It's us just throwing lighters back and forth.
I need a nap.
Same.
Okay.
Okay.
Stay weird.
Bye.